Oh yeah, what's going on? It's Sal Stretford Post. How you're doing? And welcome to another episode of Breaking Dawn. I hope you're all doing well. It's Friday again. Sunday, Monday, what? It's Friday, guys. We're pumped up. Of course, guys, we have got the energy. Absolutely. Manchester United are through to the last 16 of the Europa League. Of course, guys, at a breeze. For a breeze. We went through so easily, guys. Absolutely love it, love it, love it. Great performance, especially in the second half from the lads. Great performance, great in-game management for Ruben Amorim. Absolutely phenomenal. Guys, before I start, please don't forget to smash a like on the video and don't forget to subscribe if you're new, please, guys. I'm on my way to 10,000 subscribers. That is what I need. That is what I want at the moment, guys. But thank you, everyone, of course, who's joined me today. Absolutely. Let's get through some of your chats, of course, guys. Absolutely. Big up, Lucky Singh. What's going on, Lucky Singh? I hope you're doing well. Hope you're good. Get me Cunha or Jao. Jao Felix? Jao Felix? I don't know about that, my son. I don't know about that, but you know what? It is what it is. Each to their own. Big up, Lucky Singh, by the way. Big up, Lumen. What's going on, brother? Hope you're doing well, my guy. Hope you're good. Absolutely. I'm excited. I'm excited to predict the Spanish score. I'm getting good at this. If United take the form to the Premier League, one touch and the football IQ going through the roof. You predicted 3-0 yesterday. 2-0. Rob Van Dam. Not Rob Van Dam, but Sal Van Dam. 2-0 I predicted, and it was right. Absolutely. I remember Irfan every day. You can't get away with me. Absolutely not. Absolutely. That's 3 in a row. I've got big up. Anyway. If I was psychic, I would be sitting on a throne of gold and you know what I mean, whatever. Yeah. Good old great man and the Reds go marching on. Big up Irfan. Big up Afrer. We don't need Cunha or Jao for this. Leave Amorim alone. It's his team to decide. Absolutely. Jao Felix is a flop. Is a flop. We don't want anyone else's flops, guys. We need players. We need players who are going to wear that heart. How about Garnacho? Talk to me about Garnacho. Let's talk about Garnacho. What a performance on Garnacho. All those, let's get him out of our club. All those Twitter accountants talking about, oh, it's good because finances, because of FFP, those bloody Twitter accountants. You know what I mean? Forget that. Garnacho is here to stay, guys. We're not letting him go. I know what Ruben Amorim was playing at. I know what he's doing. He's playing Garnacho. He's telling the board. He's telling the club, you better keep your hands off our prized possession. Game change when he came on. Absolutely. Underrated. When he came on, game change. I said at halftime, we need to bring on Garnacho. And as soon as Garnacho came, lo and behold, that's it. That's football. That's football, of course. And boy, oh boy, I'm impressed. But then again, the Premier League have higher intensity. But I'm just curious to see the approach. I mean, Crystal Palace. Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. Crystal Palace will be a far difficult test. It will be. We're in no disillusions. That Stuart Bucharest, SC, obviously SB are a bit of a pushover. I wouldn't say they're absolutely rubbish, but they had their chances in the game. But I felt the game could have been like 8-2 to Man United, 8-3 to Man United. I think Man United should have scored 8 goals yesterday. I'm not even exaggerating, guys. I'm not being overzealous, but I do think Man United should have won the game by 8 goals yesterday, if I'm being totally honest with you. But Crystal Palace will pose a much more sterner test for Manchester United tomorrow. A Sunday, of course. They have some good players. I would say that Crystal Palace have players that are above Crystal Palace, if you know what I mean. No disrespect to Crystal Palace, but they have players that are a little bit above Crystal Palace, in my opinion. Absolutely. Very good. What? Viva Garnacho. Absolutely. Big up Kenny. Big up my friend. Absolutely. Mainu at number 10. It is. Mainu. You know what? At the end of the day, he was on fire yesterday. Absolutely incredible yesterday. And you know what? Played better in that number 10 role. But you know what? That's great thing about this team. I like players who can play in various positions. You know what I mean? Who can make it happen for the team and play for the badge, not just for their ego. Do you know what I mean? Absolutely. He played okay, fan. I wouldn't say he was our shining light because he came off, but when the substitutes came on and when Mainu moved into that number 10, my goodness me, we were on fire. We were on fire, guys. When Garnacho and Mainu playing up there, we were on fire. Absolutely. And fair play to Eriksen. You know what? Eriksen is, he's getting on a little bit, but big respect to Eriksen and his career. And he keeps on going, of course. But Man United, you know what? I would say this, right? I know we didn't play that well in the first half, but we were always in control. Do you feel it, guys? Do you feel that Man United have obtained a little bit of control in their football matches? We're not, getting dominated anymore. Yes, Bucharest had a few shots. One hit the crossbar. They had a shot that just went wide in the first half. I know that. But, when we think about it, we were quite good. And we were quite good against Fulham. Those of us with the ball IQ, we know that Man United were good against Fulham and were comfortable against Fulham. And Fulham, as we know, are a difficult team to play against. Absolutely. I said last night, don't downplay the setup of Amrans knows what he is. Absolutely. No one underestimated the setup last night. No one underestimated it. But we also have to take into account FCSB were very crap at the end of the day. But Crystal Palace have given us a stern. No one underestimated the team yesterday. Absolutely not. But that's that team there, right there. It's not the team to take us to a championship level. We need more. You know what I mean? And this is what we're crying out for. We can beat Stuart Bucharest all day long till the cows come home. Those games we can win. One thing I was impressed about Man United is that we haven't played any of the bottom 10 Europa League teams. We played the top 10 Europa League teams, which was obviously good. No one underestimated the team yesterday. I said it was predictable, which I was right at the end of the day. But the team changed in the second half, didn't it? It weren't the same. It didn't do well in the first half. It was poor. And people were calling out Eriksen and stuff like that. The first half on Twitter and everywhere I've seen people calling out it. And it was poor in the first half. He had to change it. He had to bring Ahmed and Garnacho on to change it. That's what happened. Absolutely. Sal, media starting to speak about Lyon player Cherki. You mentioned him time ago. My brother. You know what it is at the end of the day? People don't want to listen to Uncle Sal. That's fine. You know what I mean? At the end of the day. But you know what? I'm going to be speaking about him in a very, very short minute. Of course, guys. Absolutely. Dalot was special in the second half. And a lot of players were special in the second half. The funny thing is that Dalot moved to the left in the second half and he played well. When he was playing on the right in the first half, he was average. But then again, all the players were average, right? But he was better on the left. Is that because of Garnacho? I don't know. But you know what? It does help when you got support, isn't it? Big shout out to Mazruri, by the way. Big shout out. Absolutely. Big shout out to him. Thank you so much, Earthman Legend. Absolutely, legend. Big up, brother. Big up. What was your breakfast this morning? Your energy level shot through the roof. The only reason I'm quiet in the night, Earthman, is just my wife is asleep. So I can't wake her up during the night because if I start going like this, she'll wake up. You know what I mean? And to be honest with you, I've got energy every morning, guys. You know what I mean? Every morning I've got the energy. And when Man United win, it fills me with a little bit of a boost. It's a boost for me. When Man United win, I feel great. You know what I mean? I feel great. I'm happy. That's all that matters for me is Man United winning the game. And we're through to the next round. Guys, we're not going to play Tottenham until the final. And we all know Spursy. We're not going to play Tottenham in the final because Tottenham won't get there. I think the hardest team, guys, I think the team that we have to watch out for in this tournament right now, right, is Athletic Bilbao. Because the final is in Bilbao. The final's in Bilbao. So we're going to have to look out for that team, very much so. When you look at the teams that Man United could be playing, we could be playing the likes of Midtjylland, AZ Alkmaar, Real Sociedad, and Galatasaray. Which team of those four would you want to play? Me, Midtjylland, or Alkmaar all day long. I don't want to play Galatasaray. We ain't got a good record against them. And I don't want to play against Real Sociedad. We ain't got a good record in Spain. So I would like to play Midtjylland or I'd like to play AZ Alkmaar. Absolutely. AZ Alkmaar. Big up, man. Dem, how you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, mate. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. Good morning, Waxam. What's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Morning, Sal. Morning, Devils. As we again, Reds go marching on. Absolutely. Get in there, Roxanne. Good to see you. And glad we're coming on the Friday morning with a Man United win. A Man United win on a Friday morning. What could be any more better than that? Absolutely fantastic, of course, guys. Brillianto. 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 Absolutely. Roxanne, if Nacho didn't give everyone enough reason for that he is one of the first names on the team, you see, then I think he deserves to go anywhere. I absolutely appreciate it and recognize. Absolutely. I doubt your ball knowledge if you wake up this morning and the first thing that didn't come to your head is Garnacho changed the game. Because that is what happened at the end of the day. You can mention all your players who are underperforming in the first half, your Ericssons and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But Dalot and things like that. But Garnacho changed the game, guys. Absolutely incredible. Not only him, Kobe Mainu, absolutely colossus, guys. Brilliant, fantastic performance. And you know what? I'm delighted. I'm delighted. Absolutely. Sal, there was someone here who gave the team 5.5 or 6. He didn't like the setup. It's nothing about you. It was I don't know. Irfan, one thing about this stream, Irfan, and nothing but love to you, brother. Even if we disagree, this is just opinion. But you know what? The thing about this stream is that sometimes I get lost in conversations. And it's about 20, and I have to scroll back. My memory ain't as good as it used to be. You know what I mean? I'm no spring chicken anymore. You know what I mean? And to be honest with you, I forget some things. So I apologize if I do that. I don't mean it, but I was very tired last night. I done 3 streams. I was knackered. It was midnight. And you know what? I'm reading, and you know what? Definitely it's difficult. But I get you, fan. 5.5 or 6 is a disgrace. And I said that at the end of the day, this team was good enough to win the game yesterday. And lo and behold, he won the game. You know what I mean? He won the game. And you know what? I want to give a special shout out to Irfan. Because one thing about Irfan, he's loyal. He's loyal. He sticks by his players. He supports his football team. Yeah, he's got his favourites, but that doesn't matter. He sticks by his football team, and that is what it's all about, being a Manchester United fan at the end of the day. You stick by your football team, and you believe in it. I believe in Ruben Amorim. Irfan believes in Ruben Amorim, and this is how we have to be as Man United fans. We have to believe. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, I'm seeing people telling us how we need to sell Garnacho. A few weeks ago, how we need to sell Mainu. Twitter people, Man United fans. You know what I mean? And these people don't understand how important these players are to our future. These players, they don't understand how important it is for us to keep these players, to nurture these players. I look at Man United right now, and I see something bright. I see light at the end of the tunnel. I see something positive. I see something, enormous coming around the corner. This is why I predicted that Man United will challenge next season. I don't want to go over the board. I know I don't. I like to stay calm. But, this is why I feel like Man United can challenge next season. And this is how I feel, absolutely. What, Sam? On another note, I don't even want to see Mainu playing anywhere other than the number 10 from here on. Get Edison in the summer to play alongside Ugarte in the midfield. Is sorted out, Roxanne. Let's see what happens, Roxanne. Let's see what happens. We got old Collier, haven't we, Roxanne? Let's not forget about Collier. He's absolutely brilliant. You know what I mean? We can't forget about the youth players. We got some great youth players. Our under 18s are still undefeated. We're killing it at the moment in the youth team, guys. We're absolutely smashing it in the youth team. And you know what? I'm happy. I'm happy because, you know what? I see a bright future for Man United. Yeah, we need one player here, one player there. You know what it is, guys? Sometimes in life, you're not as far away as you think. I truly don't think Man United as far away as we think. We're a few positions away from challenging. That is how different. That's the difference between winning and losing. At the end of the day, I always bring in the 98-99 European Cup final, Champions League final. And I mentioned that when Ryan Giggs played on the right because Beckham and Scholes and Keane were suspended. So Beckham moved into the centre of midfield. Giggs moved onto the right of midfield, and Blomqvist moved onto the left of midfield. And our team was very unbalanced because Ryan Giggs was playing there. And you see that despite the team still being incredibly talented, we didn't have the balance and we didn't play well. That is the importance of balance. And this is why I'm excited, because we've now got Dorgu, who can play on the left. We got Dalot, who can play on the right. And if Dalot's not playing, Mazraoui can play there. If you know what I mean? And that's what's great. It's all about building a squad, of course. Big up, brother. Big up. Sorry, the thing's a bit slow today. The fans who want Garnacho out are clueless. Darren, we've been saying it from the beginning. These fans, how can you call yourself Man United fan if you're saying, oh, you know what? If we sell Garnacho, who you're going to get? 20 years old, as good as Garnacho. People think that Mateus Tell's good as Garnacho. Are they crazy? This guy hasn't scored in 12 games. People want to, Garnacho's better than him. And we're thinking about getting him. Let him go to Spurs. He's a Spursy player. Lack of ambition. Absolutely. Big up. Absolutely. Amarim, our man of the match. I'm going to go through that at the end of the day. I'm going to go through that. I'm with you, Sal. We can challenge next season. I believe it. I've got this feeling about Ruben Amarim. He's just got this thing, this spark. And, I don't know about you, Darren, but I can see something. I know we only played Steaua yesterday. I know we only played Steaua Bucharest yesterday, but I can see something. I can see something going on with this team. Not this, with Amarim in general. I just feel like he's got that winning mentality. He don't take no crap. Absolutely not. He doesn't. Noah, what's going on, my friend? I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for joining me, my guy. I hope you're good. Big up, Sal, and the rest of the chat. You are all legends. You are the legend, Noah. Thank you so much, as usual, my guy. Thank you so much. Of course, Waxan. Sal, I love your show. My husband recommend Mark Elman, who is on your show. Yes, big up Mark Elman, by the way, with your daughter Peyton. Our son Cooper is a Liverpool, so he won't be joining soon. Tell him all fans of all clubs are welcome as long as they keep it constructive and not abusive. I have a lot of fans. I've had fans from all around the place. I've had bad ones. You know what I mean? But I have some of my best community members are like Tottenham fans, and I've got an Arsenal fan who's very good as well. That's great because it brings in a more impartial opinion and stuff like that. When I looked at the players and the various combinations Amarim has already done, we don't have the best setup yet, which is awesome. It means we can unpredictable, and that's a trait of a good team. Guys, one thing I'm impressed about, Irfan, is that our resilience. I think we've got a great resilience. And I think that is a good foundation to have when you're trying to be successful. We're very hard to beat. We won 3 in a row now, and that is how quickly football can change. We win against Crystal Palace, that's 4 in a row. We win against Ipswich, that's 5 in a row. I know it's very hypothetical and stuff, but one thing I would say is that I applaud this team, and I don't, I want this team to do well. I want to see these players lift a trophy, a major trophy, like a Premier League title. I do, because I feel like our fans, we deserve it. Absolutely. Big up, everyone. Now, let's get into some little nitty-gritty, of course, guys. I want to bring in Ruben Amarim, the legend, which is Ruben Amarim, of course. Bring in Ruben Amarim. Hit it. Absolutely.
I think we controlled the game quite well. In the beginning, a little bit more slowly, the tempo of the game, but also the opponent was really close. And in the first half, they covered all the space and they sprint a lot and try to press with our three defenders and build up with just one player. But we managed to create some chances. We didn't score. And then in the second half, you can see the opponent getting tired, more slower when they covered the space. We had more space with the players, with Kobe between the lines, 1 against 1 from Ahmad, and the pace of Garna, I think, help a lot. We managed to score 2. We should score more. We had transitions, sometimes 4-2, and we have to decide more in a better way this kind of play. So it was a good game. We did some rotation. The focus is on the next game. Who? At the end of the game, you and had a chat on the beach. No, it was like just congratulations about the game. I said good luck. Before the match, we changed phones to get together to talk about football, normal stuff.
So that was some of Ruben Amarim's conference there, of course, guys. Love it. I mean, when Ruben Amarim speaks, I like to listen because he's full of knowledge, and he was absolutely right, And we should have scored 6 or 7 goals yesterday. We should have scored more. Absolutely. We should have scored more. And obviously that would have been great. Guys, let me get into some more comments. Of course, some quotes coming out. Of course, guys, absolutely. Let me get some quotes up for you. Kobe Mainu was talking. It's a lot more freedom. I felt comfortable up there. I enjoyed it. In regards to Kobe Mainu playing the number 10, I felt he was fantastic in that number 10 position. Really great. I felt he really came into his own. Brilliant performance from Kobe Mainu. And, you know, it shows a good versatility, of course. Anytime to put the ball in the back of the net for Manchester United is amazing. Hopefully there is more to come. And I felt like Mainu could have had a hat trick yesterday. The amount of chances. But let's not forget Garnacho's little assist there, right? That was a fantastic ball from Garnacho. A fantastic finish from Kobe Mainu. Absolutely. He did say, I'm more annoyed I missed the one in the first half. I would have been happy with 2. Absolutely. And this is the ambition that we need to look at. This is what we need to be like. We need to be ruthless. We need to say it's not enough. We need to do more. We need to be like that as Man United fans and Man United players, of course. Kobe Mainu on the advanced role. I enjoyed it. I'm just happy to be on the pitch for Manchester United wherever the manager needs me to play. Today it was higher up, and yeah, it turned out well. I enjoyed it. And you know what? He is that player, isn't he? He's that player who can play up front. I think he could do very well up there in the future. Absolutely. Absolutely. Overall, I think we are happy with the performance and result. It's always special to score for this cup. I'm glad I could help the team, says Diego Dalot. There you go, guys. Absolutely brilliant performance in the second half from Diego Dalot. Brilliant. And absolutely smashed it yesterday. I think you can see how good of a footballer he can be in all zones. His quality is in his feet is so important. He did a good game. In regards, that is Dalot talking about Kobe Mainu. Absolutely generational, guys. People writing that player off. Absolutely. Diego Dalot. The first half was about understanding where we could hurt them. The second half with Ahmed and Garnacho, we had more threat in the final third. We were more direct. We controlled the whole game. A good performance, another clean sheet, which is very important. Absolutely, guys, absolutely. And as I was speaking about earlier on the show, the substitutes made the difference, of course, guys. And you know what? You have to praise the game management, of course. The game management was brilliant. When we go into my player ratings now, guys, the player ratings for the game. This was my player ratings for the game, of course, guys. I'm giving Bayinde a 7.1. Didn't put a foot wrong. When called upon, was very, very good. We got Mazaruri, got a 7 for me. Delit, a colossus, a 7 for me. Ligia Martinez, brilliant, 7.3 for me. Dalot, second half, brilliant, 7.2 for me. Mainu, 7.7. Collier, 7.4. Malacia had a decent game. It wasn't that bad for Malacia. Not as bad as people were making out, but you know what? It weren't fantastic. But a 6.2, an average performance. I felt like in the first half, Ericsson got a 5.5. I mean, that is crazy, isn't it? That is from my Facebook and Instagram, guys. 6.6 for Bruno Fernandes and only a 5.6 for Rasmus Højlund. That is the ratings of the team yesterday, conducted by my YouTube and my Facebook and my Instagram, of course, guys, and my Twitter. Let's not forget, absolutely. So, yes, that is the one, of course, guys, absolutely. When we look at the substitutions, Garnacho, 7.5, absolutely changed the game when he came on. Absolutely brilliant from Garnacho. Diallo, 6.5. Euro, 6.6. Casemiro, he got a 6. Xerxes got a 6.7. The substitutions changed the game, in my opinion. I thought the in-game management was absolutely fantastic. The man of the match yesterday, and none other than Kobe Mainu was the man of the match, and you can't argue with that. Majority of the fan base, I say 90% of the fan base, has said that Kobe Mainu was man of the match, and I totally agree with that, guys. You can't argue that. It was between him and Garnacho, in my opinion, and Kobe Mainu got the nod, of course, guys. Absolutely, absolutely. In regards to Ruben Amram, he gets a 7.8 for me. 7.8. You know what you're judged upon in football is how you change a game. And his changes were absolutely spot on. And he changed the game and we won the game. He spotted the weaknesses in the side and we ended up winning the game, of course, guys. But so that is what I would say. Ruben Amram, fantastic. 7.8, a brilliant performance from Ruben Amram, of course, guys. Absolutely brilliant. You know what? We can't argue. We can't argue with that. Of course, absolutely not. Ever choose our intentions and position of intentions is in his talks. Absolutely. I love it, man. Love it. Hoyland showed a grit. He fought, he defended, he ran. Yeah, I think he was good, fan. That, you know, I think people sometimes, it's not just my ratings, but I think people sometimes look at goals and they don't look at everything else. I wish he scored a goal. I do, because he's been a few games without a goal, but he's tirelessly working for that football team. He's tirelessly getting into those positions and holding the ball up. You know, and this is why I would never turn my back on Rasmus Højlund and players like that, young players. You know, some people just don't understand elite sport. You know, and people just want to target Rasmus because Rasmus is the cause of all our problems over the last 12 years. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, we are our own worst enemy, and I feel like Rasmus had a decent game yesterday. Absolutely, if he got a goal, it will go. You know, that is the fickle world of football. You can get a tap in, and then your ratings go up to 7, and stuff like that. Absolutely. Big up. This is Kobe Mainoo should play in the 10 because he can press, attack, pass, and scoring goals. He's everything, isn't he, Noah? He's everything. He's everything that we need. I mean, Mainoo's got that ability where he can keep the ball, create, score. I mean, every time I see Kobe Mainoo up front, I think it was Wolves last season. Do you remember when we played Wolves and Wolves equalised, made it 3-3? And then we got a goal in the last minute when he's curled that goal against Wolves. And then he got that goal against Liverpool when he curled that goal into the top corner. He's got the ability. I really do think he should play there. I think he gets wasted in that position in midfield. I think it'd be great if he can play there. Absolutely. Absolutely. Everyone deserves the plaudits, but he wasn't the best player on the pitch. He did well in the second half. Garnacho was the best player along with Mainoo. They're absolutely fantastic. In the second half, Dalot was fantastic in the second half, but in the first half, the team wasn't great. I was almost falling asleep. Fanatic 8, big up, my friend. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Absolutely good to see you. So nice to see some quality in the final third. Absolutely, GCF. It makes a lot of difference. Absolutely, absolutely. Amram's changes are always exciting, something I always look forward to. Yes, and he understands and reads the game very, very well. This is what I love about Ruben Amram, is that he does read the game so well, and I like that about him. You know what I mean? Absolutely. Yesterday, I give a credit to Mainoo, Martinez, Ghana, and Dalot as well. Noah, absolutely give my thoughts exactly. Martinez was brilliant, but you know who changed the game? Garnacho. When he came on, he was fabulous. And when Mainoo moved into that number 10 role, I'm sorry, man of the match by far. Absolutely brilliant. Because before then, we weren't doing nothing, you know. And when they came on, changed the game. Absolutely. Mainoo is in at 10 and 100%. He might be there. I mean, Ruben Amram was talking about that yesterday, of course. So he might start playing there, of course. Absolutely, guys. It makes a difference. A few tweaks here and there. That's football, isn't it? You know, you give a few tweaks here and there, and the whole game can change. The whole game can change. You can go from, well, how are we going to win this game, to we should have won the game by 8 goals. And that is how it was at the end of the day. In the first half, we're like, oh my goodness me, this is dire. You know what I mean? And then the second half, we're like, why are we only scoring 2 goals? We should have scored a lot more. Absolutely. One thing I would say about Ruben Amram is that in his press conference is that he's absolutely spot on. We should have scored more goals. We got in situations where we kept giving the wrong ball, and these decisions need to be thought about. You know, in the future, hopefully we will improve. We're still a young team. Let's not forget. You know, you look at the team. You got Ugarte's 23, got Garnacho's 20, Armaz 20. You got Højlund is 20. You know, and that is the thing, of course. 13 likes only. Come on, go hit the like button. Thank you so much, Earthfan. Big up, you legend. Thank you, brother. I really appreciate you, my friend. Absolutely. Thank you. And guys, please don't forget to smash a like on the video, please. It mean a lot, of course, guys. And don't forget to check out my interview with Ben Jacobs yesterday, the journalist from England, of course, big journalist in England, Ben Jacobs. Please don't forget to check out my interview with him yesterday, and drop your comments and stuff, please. Thank you. Armadillo should play in right wing back. And this is exactly what I'm saying, Theo. You know, Noah, you know what? we got players that can play around the pitch, and that is a good thing. You know, we got players who can play in various positions and are versatile. That is good. We need players like that who, when called upon, they can play in a number of positions, and that's what I do like that about this football team right now. You know, and it is growing. It will get better, and you will see that it will get better. And Man United will start winning games. I did say next season we will challenge. I know some people are going to laugh at me because where we are right now, but it just takes a few tweaks. You know what I mean? To fix things. Absolutely. Rashford will no longer play for the football club. A bad influence is out of the football club, which is great. He'll be gone. That's great. And we can move on. Hopefully we can get rid of the likes of Luke Shaw out of this football club. He will be gone. And you know what? Instead of sitting down doing nothing. Let's not forget, I'm not forgetting Tell from Bayern. Garnacho's better than Tell at the end of the day. Look, Rasmus is getting criticised and stuff, and Garnacho getting criticised. 13 games, no goals for him in Germany. I think something like that. You know, we don't need any more players that are not as good as the current players we got. You know, if Garnacho stays, you know, which he will, I feel like, you know, we don't really need any other players who have more interest in playing for Tottenham. He's in London at the moment. His agents playing for Tottenham than Manchester United. Shows his ambition at the end of the day. I don't want players that are unproven. Garnacho's better. Ahmad is better. I say it like that with a chest out. It's better than Tell. Absolutely. You know, at the end of the day, I think Rasmus will score goals in Germany. You know, at the end of the day. And that's one thing I would say. But whatever comes in, I trust Ruben Amorim and I trust whoever he wants to bring in. You know what I mean? I trust whoever he wants to bring in. You know, I'm not going after rejects anymore, you know, and that's the bottom line. Yeah, that's what I've been saying. One bad apple obviously ruins the box. Of course, it does, ruins the fruit bowl, I say. Yeah, you know, one bad, you know, if the pond is polluted, you could take the fish out, wash the fish, clean the fish. You know what? Give the fish medicine. The fish will be better. Put it in the pond again. The fish is going to be sick again. At the end of the day, it takes one. You know, you got to rinse. You got to clean the whole pond out, of course, guys. And that is what Man United are doing at the moment. And this is exactly what I've been saying about Ruben Amorim coming in mid-season. People are saying it was a bad decision. I don't think it was the bad decision. I think it was a good decision because the thing is that, you know, Ruben Amorim this season could differentiate between the bad eggs and the good eggs, the bad apples, the good apples, you know, the bad fish, the good fish at the end of the day. And the bad apples will fall from the tree, you know, and they will be gone. The good apples will carry on. And that is what all we care about. And we can see the good apples. We can see the players that want to play for this football club right now. You know what? Rashford is a bad apple. And I think he needs to leave this football club. I really do. Yeah, I agree with that, Irfan. I agree with that. I forgot about Rashford. I agree with that. Absolutely, I agree. So if you look at Højlund's performance, he was terrible. He doesn't press, attack, or even scoring goals. We need a new striker, and I hope Ruben gives Chido a chance, in my opinion. I don't think we should be throwing young players in, Noah, at the moment, because at the end of the day, he's playing in the youth team, you know, and that can destroy the player. It can absolutely destroy the player. I feel sorry for Rasmus. I do. At the moment, Man United wouldn't harm if we put Obi Martin on the bench, right? On the bench and give him 5 minutes here, 10 minutes here. Because through experience, 40 years supporting this club, I know you can ruin a player very, very quickly, especially as we're talking about bad apples and bad fish and stuff like that, that it can ruin your future. So you don't just throw young players in there and expect the best. Rasmus is probably better than Obi Martin at the moment. And we have to be realistic. He's more experienced. And you know what? He scored goals for Man United, a lot of goals for Man United last season. And the thing is, he is our top scorer over the last couple of years. And to be honest with you, you know, but I wouldn't say never bring Chido Martin. I think next season will be Obi Martin's chance. I think a lot of players will get a chance, but we got to be very careful which players we throw into this team right now because this team's not ready yet. We have to be careful about playing young players and expect too much for them. Absolutely. I come from the class of 92. I remember when they came through, you know what I mean? So I know exactly why the class of 92 did well. The class of 92 did well because behind them, they had Steve Bruce, Peter Schmeichel, Andy Cole, Ryan Giggs, Roy Keane, Eric Cantona. You know what I mean? That's the difference between that team and this team. This team, if you bring in the likes of Obi Martin, Kone, Lasare, and these type of players, who they got to look at, which is Champions League winners, Premier League winners? Nobody. So we got to obviously build quick, slowly, and nurture these players. And give them 10 minutes here and 5 minutes here. That's what I would do, absolutely. Poor fish, big up Darren, absolutely. Big up everyone, big up Randy, big up my friend. Guys, do you know who was you recognize start of the match? The Butcher. Oh yeah, Butcher. Let's not forget he run the game yesterday. Wussan. He run the game. He absolutely run the game yesterday. Very, very impressed with him. Brilliant. Another brilliant performance. The good thing about Martinez is that he's very intelligent. He's very intelligent. He makes the right runs. He causes problems. You know, when he least expect it, he's bombing up. You know what? He does remind me, you know what, so much of the old school defenders that Man United used to have, you know. And he comes out with a goal. That goal against Liverpool, you know, he saved us against Fulham. He's got that. He's a class player. And people are writing this guy off. I can't believe people are writing this guy off. It's unbelievable. The man didn't put one foot wrong. Absolutely, absolutely. Good morning, good morning. Good morning, Mr. Uchichi, Mrs. Uchichi, Mr. Uchichi. Big up yourself. Hope you're doing well. Wilkes Saunders, the Butcher was great. Absolutely, Randy, big up, Randy. How you doing, my friend? Good to see you, mate. Amarim substitute established players like Alicia and De Ligt. This type of management style give the manager control and respect. Absolutely. Managers, you know what, they live on a sword, they die by the sword. And with Ruben Amorim, he makes those big decisions. The great managers make those big decisions. If it wasn't for big decisions, Alex Ferguson wouldn't have won a treble. You know what I mean? This is what big decisions is all about. Taking a risk. Look, I'll give you an example, right? FA Cup final, 1999. Man United against Newcastle United, right? Roy Keane gets injured. Roy Keane had a bad ankle. Roy Keane gets injured earlier on. So, I think Gary Speed, God rest his soul, tackled Roy Keane in the middle of the pitch. Roy Keane had to come off. Now, we're expecting another midfielder to come on. But no, Alex Ferguson turns round to who? Teddy Sheringham. He turns round to Teddy Sheringham. Teddy Sheringham was shocked. He goes, me? Am I going to play midfield? He brings Teddy Sheringham on. Teddy Sheringham scored after 1 minute in the FA Cup final. That is cojones. That is what it talk. That's what I talk about. Great management. That's when I talk about great management. Absolutely, absolutely. That is what it is all about, guys. Now, guys, I want to get in some transfer news. Of course, guys, if you know me, you know that I've been talking about various players over the last few weeks and months. You know what I mean? It feels like years. But I've been mentioning a player. One player I've already mentioned is this player, Rayan Cherki. I've already mentioned Rayan Cherki. There you see him in the picture there. Absolutely. I've already mentioned Rayan Cherki 8 days ago. Now, the media are starting to pick up on Rayan Cherki, guys. The media are starting to pick up on him, of course, and start talking about him. Rayan Cherki plays for Lyon, of course, a very, very decent player, a good player. He does play. If I'm not correct, he does play as a attacking midfielder. He is valued at around 30 million euros. But you know what? Man United tax. He's 21 years old. He's got 22 caps for France under 21 with 12 goals. This is Rayan Cherki, guys, and a brilliant, brilliant prospect going forward. He can play as an attacking midfielder, left midfielder, right winger, and he is, of course, both-footed, which is very, very important, especially for Ruben Amorim's system, guys, especially for Ruben Amorim's system. Absolutely. And to be honest with you, I wouldn't mind a player like that. Man United are looking at this player. Interested clubs. Atalanta are interested in Cherki. We need to move fast because you know what happens with Atalanta. Player will go to Atalanta and then the player will get double in price. So we need to make a move right now for Rayan Cherki, guys, of course. Another player Manchester United are interested in is a player named Brian Zaragoza. Brian Zaragoza is a Spanish player. 3 caps for Spain, 1 goal. He is 23 years old. He is a left winger, Brian Zaragoza. He is a Bayern Munich player, but currently on loan at Osasuna, guys. So he is on loan currently at Osasuna, guys. And yeah, he is on loan from Bayern Munich, guys. And you know what? He would cost around the mark of 12 million euros, guys. He's not going to break the bank, but Brian Zaragoza is another name that Man United are looking at off the conveyor belts of players that we have on our conveyor belt, of course, guys. Absolutely. Brian Zaragoza, of course, watch out for that name. Lots of names will be coming in the summer in regards to names that I'm mentioning right now. So just remember where it comes from, of course. Like Ryan Cherky, major outlets and other fan channels and that are starting to report this, and I reported it 8 days ago. Ryan Cherky is on top of Man United's list. Well, on the top half of Man United's list, guys. Absolutely. So that is a little bit of transfer news coming out of Manchester United already. Absolutely great to have, you know what, good news coming out of Man United, to be honest with you. I'm looking forward to next season. Next season is going to be a colossal, guys. It is going to be a colossal. I can't wait for next season. I'm looking forward to it, and I can't wait to, you know what, see Man United challenge for that title. Absolutely. Oyland is not just a striker. We need going forward now. Let him go play on loan. Maybe it might get good. Adamona Lookman was like him, and he wasn't good in the past and went for a couple of loans. We don't know about Lookman coming to Man United. I'm not sure about Atalanta players at the moment. I'm not sure. And I'm not paying 60 million for Adamona Lookman. He's not worth it. Trust me. He's a good player, but there's many other players out there that we can get that are just as good, if not better, than Adamona Lookman, in my opinion. Absolutely. I don't think Lookman's will fit into the Premier League. I really don't. And to be honest with you, Uchichi, you mentioned one player every time. Hoyland. Change the record, Uchichi. Come on. We have better IQ than that. Seems everyone, Licha carries the ball up. He looks like he's ready to unleash a screamer. Absolutely, fan. Absolutely. Absolutely. He looks like he's got a good shot in him, hasn't he? He's got a good shot in him, and he's always dangerous, of course. For me, Mainly was the beast in the number 10 role last night. Maybe it should be considered for me. Yeah, we've already considered it a long time ago, Uchichi. We've been talking about it for a long time on this channel. You've been here for a long time. We've been talking about it for a long time, you know, about him being a number 10. He's got all the attributes. We saw it last season when he scored the goal against Wolves and Liverpool. He's got all the attributes to play in the number 10 position. And you know what? It's just about finding that right formula. That's what it's about. It's just about finding that right formula. And we see how it goes from there, guys. But at the moment, look, I don't want to criticize any players that are playing for Man United right now. I don't want to hear any negativity about players who play for our football club right now. Because at the moment, these players play for us and they're going to be playing for us until the end of the season. So I'm going to support those players until the end of the season. I don't care what player, whether, you know what, I just care about the club, the badge. That's what I care about. But what I will do is to support those players, absolutely, and support Ruben Amorim. I'm not going to say he's rubbish, he's crap, he's this. You won't hear that from me. You won't hear that from me. Absolutely not. You'll never hear that from me. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't help anything. What we have right now is what we have. And we have to support them. In particular, if players are young, you have to understand that they're going to develop and they have to get better, of course. I appreciate Malaysia efforts in defensive and whole team intensity was decent, but many in time FCSB box calm composure was lacked. Where we Apple a time in the box, FC played back 5. We were a little bit rash, GK, in regards to the final third. We should have scored about 6 or 7 goals, if we're being honest. And that's not exaggerating. We should have scored about 6 or 7 goals, I'm being honest, yesterday. And we need to improve on that because in the bigger games, in the harder games, and we're going to have a hard game against Crystal Palace. Let's not get it twisted. There will be a difficult game against Crystal Palace at the weekend. We have to finish our chances. We get into those positions, we have to make the right pass. And this is the problem that Rasmus is having as well. We have to make the right pass. Why is it our midfielders and our defenders are scoring and none of our strikers are scoring? Not even Xerxes, right? Which the thing is that we're not getting the ball into those positions for those players to shine. You know, and we need to make the right decision. At the moment, look, we're a work in progress. We're a work in progress. We are a work in progress, and it will get better, in my opinion. Absolutely. GK. Yes, Dal, the finishing, the decision-making players have shaved should have a more, need to improve. Absolutely, but it's not going to be overnight. Rome weren't built in a day, as they say, you know. It's not going to be overnight. Man United have had problems with the striking area for a number of years now, and it's got worse and worse and worse. You know, we've had the likes of Ibrahimovic and Falcao, you know what I mean, up front, do you know what I mean? And we still have found it hard to find the back of the net, you know what I mean? And to be honest with you, we need to improve on that aspect of our game. We're not smacking teams up anymore. We're not beating 5 with 4s and 5s and 6s. We should have done that yesterday, but we're not doing that anymore. And I'm a bit concerned about that, if I'm being totally honest with you. We do need to win games at a counter, like we used to, you know, and put teams to the sword. A good opportunity to do that is against Ipswich Town next week. And I hope that Man United do that, of course. And, hopefully Man United can gain some confidence. What I do see, though, is this team is improving. I see improvement in this team. I see a structure to this team. I see a formation, a tactics, a style of play. I see everything. And I think it's getting better. We're not perfect, by all means, no. But I think it is getting better. And I think Man United, by next season, will be there. But one thing I would say, guys, about this football team, right? When you play young players, this is why I was saying it's very dangerous to play young players. It's very dangerous because when you play a young player up front on his own, right, with all the weight of Manchester United on his shoulders to score goals, you cannot underestimate how difficult it is for that player, a young player, to have all the weight on his shoulders for a club like Manchester United, who, let's face it, are not in the best way for the last 12 years. You are expected to score all the goals. And when you don't score goals, people are going to judge you on that, and that is the problem, But you have to look at people's all-round game, and you have to understand that these players are young. These players, especially the strikers, need someone to look up to. They need a striker to look up to, someone like who scores goals, someone who knows where the back of the net is. You know what I mean? The great thing about Ruud van Nistelrooy is that when Ruud van Nistelrooy was there, we were scoring a little bit more because obviously he was a striker and he was telling them how to score goals. Long term, obviously Ruud van Nistelrooy wasn't the guy, but one thing I would say is that we do need an experienced striker to complement those strikers. We have one real number 9, guys. So we need more than one real number 9. We need 2 or 3. Man United used to have 4 strikers. We have 1 now. Xerxes, I would call him an attacking midfielder, stroke striker, not a really prolific goal scorer. And he's even admitted that himself. So I would say this is that we need more. We need one experienced striker. I did mention in the summer, before this season, we need a left wing back and a striker. That's what I said. And lo and behold, this is exactly what we need, of course. Darren, Sal, we got a problem scoring first half goals. Yeah, we got a problem, a mental problem, where we start games slowly, Darren. And we've had that under Erik ten Hag as well, where we start the first half wrong, we start the second half wrong. But now we start in the second half good and start in the first half bad. And I think that it's a work in progress. And I think when Ruben Amorim gets his players in, I think it'll be a lot more, of course. Absolutely. Yes, improvement is visible. I believe that. Look, we can't take away the fact that FCSB are not that team. They're not a great team. They're decent, but they're not a team. They're a team you should be beating. They weren't great. But you can only beat what's in front of you. As I've always said, you can only beat what's in front of you. And we beat them convincingly, and I was happy about that. If we go on Sunday and we defeat Crystal Palace, let's think, guys. Crystal Palace are giving us a few difficult games over these recent years, and they're a bit of a bogey team for us right now. So what we have to do on Sunday, if we go to Old Trafford on Sunday and we defeat Crystal Palace convincingly, then we can start saying, yeah, that's more like it. Because look, at the moment, we've won 3 in a row, guys. 3 in a row. You see how fast football can change. We beat Palace and Ipswich. We've won 5 in a row. That is how quickly football can change. And that is the fickle world of football. Fickle world of football. Because if he goes and wins 5 games in a row, people are going to jump up and it's going to be completely the opposite and say, oh my goodness me, look at Ruben Amorim, look how great he is. People are going to be doing that, you know what I mean? And that is one thing that about football that is disturbing, is that, you know what, football can change so quickly. You can go at the bottom, you could be at the bottom of the hill, and the next day you're the top, the next week you're on top of the hill. You know what I mean? And that is what it is. 3 games won in a row. We can win 4 games in a row on Sunday. Touch wood, guys. I know I've been here before screaming the same stuff, But you know what? I'm starting to see patterns of play. I'm starting to see a football team that we can be proud of, guys. And if we carry on like this, I think that we will progress and we will do very, very well. 2 clean sheets in a row. Absolutely. I just want to say big up to De Ligt. No one wants to mention De Ligt. No one wants to mention De Ligt for whatever reason. De Ligt was a beast again. De Ligt was a beast. Fantastic performance. Look, De Ligt, Licha in particular, and Euro when he comes on. Guys, when Euro comes on, my goodness me, he looks like a seasoned professional. Absolutely fantastic. And this is why I'm saying that the future is so bright for Man United at the moment. It's so great for Man United at the moment. We got Euro, you know what I mean? De Ligt is only 25. You know what I mean? And, you know, I feel like our defense is one of the kingpins of who we are at the moment. We're fixing the back. I know we need wing backs. We need one more wing back, I think, if we're being honest. Dorgu comes in and we're brilliant. We're going to have that left side covered. I do believe Diego Leon will represent the second choice left wing back next season. Maybe Malacia will be leaving the football club, and maybe Luke Shaw will be leaving the football club. If anyone dare go near Luke Shaw, of course. Right, so loads goes on. Highs and lows goes on. Yeah, look, Ruben Amorim said that we're going to suffer sometimes, but ultimately, what it is, at the end of the day, let me tell you something about life. You're going to go up, you're going to go down. But ultimately, as long as at the bigger picture, you're up, that you're better than you were last year, you're better than you were. It doesn't matter about those little setbacks. You're going to have setbacks in life, no matter what you're doing. You know what? You're going to be. You might be trying to do something like losing weight, for example. You go to the gym every day, you run every day, you weigh yourself, you're not losing weight, you weigh yourself, you lose weight, you weigh yourself again, you put on weight, and you're thinking, why is that happening? But then you weigh yourself one day and it goes right down and you're shooting down, of course, and you're losing weight. That is what football is like as well. You know what I mean? You're going to get those, when you're trying to strive to change a culture out of a football club, change a mentality out of a football club, you're going to have lows. When Alex Ferguson took charge of the team that won the double in 1996, when he took that team, right? You look at the likes of Beckham and Scholes and Philip Neville and Gary Neville and Nicky Butt. These players, right, they were great, but they played alongside Steve Bruce, Andy Cole, Cantona, Keane, Schmeichel, Giggs. They played alongside those players, but they still had setbacks. 6-3 against Southampton, 5-0 against Newcastle. Those type of setbacks. That is what football is. And we are going to get setbacks now. Of course we are. But ultimately, the bigger picture is we will get to our destination. We will start challenging. And Man United will be back, of course, guys, in my humblest opinion. I don't want to sound overly zealous, but I do believe that. I believe in this manager and I believe in this process. Big up. Elijah has been told to take the ball in offense and cross to the right flank, which he's seeing quite... yeah, he's doing well. Elijah's been absolutely colossus recently. Absolutely brilliant recently. I'm very impressed with the way Elijah has handled himself. People were writing Elijah off. Let's not forget, people were writing Elijah off literally weeks ago. Weeks ago, they were writing Elijah off. Now look at Elijah. We believe in Elijah. And you know what? You had people on the media like Jamie Carragher, people like that, who are saying, oh, I told you about Elijah. I told you about Elijah. You know what I mean? Absolutely dire football analysis, just like doubting De Ligt. De Ligt's been brilliant as well. And you know what? I want to give praise to De Ligt because not many people are bigging up De Ligt. You know what I mean? Not many people go Mazraoui. Not many people say these names. You know what I mean? And these names have been brilliant this season. Those two players who came in just a few months ago into this team, into this mess, you know what? I played almost every game. I have nothing but admiration for them, and I applaud them because those players, they're the unsung players. You know what I mean? Not many people have mentioned Nietzsche either. You know what I mean? So, you know, I big up the unsung players, of course. Yeah, people criticize Nietzsche. People, you know, this is the thing, the fickle world of football, isn't it? The fickle world of football. We all know how great Nietzsche is, but I know Nietzsche didn't play well for a number of months, right? But the problem with Nietzsche, he got injured. He's been injury prone. Now he looks like he's strong. Now he looks like, you know what, he's past those injury nightmares. And it looks like he's getting back to his best. And that's what I like about it, you know, and I will call it as it is, absolutely. Didn't Carrick concede apology to Liga? That doesn't even prove him to be right. He apologized to Liga, but then he twisted it this season, a few months ago, saying, well, I always said that, you know what, he is a bit lightweight. He started talking like that. And then they started criticizing De Ligt. There you go. Big up, EC. What's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Can we get Leacher partnering up with Ugarte in the midfield in the future? EC, you know what? I mean, many of us have spoken about this in the past, but obviously Ruben Amorim doesn't think he's the right guy for the middle of the midfield. Maybe his positional sense isn't right. You know, it is a very difficult position, that midfield central position, and we have to be careful. It's something that you can experiment on in the preseason. Maybe we can experiment it on the preseason. But the way that Leacher comes out with that ball on that left-hand side in that centre-back position, I think it's such a bonus for us. It's like, look, 3 points. He gave us 2 more points against Fulham. He gave us 1 point against Liverpool, just from him bombing up from that left-hand side, saving us, of course. Carragate's clueless Scouse, absolutely. Big up, Darren. When did Carragher, he apologized the end of last a year ago, a long time ago, but he turned out and refrained from that. He changed his mind. And just because Leacher was having bad games, you know, and every player has bad games, guys. You know what? I've seen players have endless bad games. You know what I mean? I've seen players not score for 8 games. I've seen it all. Even in our heyday, even the great days under Sir Alex Ferguson, I've seen players have bad days. I've seen that, you know what? I've seen Steve Bruce, you know what I mean, player have bad days. You know what I mean? And I've seen Schmeichel have bad days. You know what I mean? Big players. I like the way Amorim managing Malacia. Yeah. Depends what happened to Malacia. There's a lot of rumors about Malacia. Malacia might be gone in the summer. It looks like Diego Leon and Dorgu will be the first choice left wing backs next season. The great thing about Dorgu, though, he can also play right wing back. So we can play Dalot left, Dalot right, Dorgu left, Mazraoui right, Mazraoui left. Isn't that great? Isn't that great? And you know what? That shows, obviously, versatility. I was a bit frustrated with his performance last year, but yeah, fair play to him. Yeah, he's picked it up, Kenny. Big up, Kenny, my friend. Big up yourself. I did. I was impressed. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, guys. So thank you, everyone. Look, you know what? It's onwards and upwards, guys. We have the game. Look, it comes thick and fast. We have the game against Crystal Palace on Sunday. Another game, another big game for Manchester United, of course. It comes thick and fast, guys. Absolutely. Guys, please don't forget to check out my interview with Ben Jacobs yesterday. Absolutely. A little bit of problem at the end. He got cut off. His internet had a problem, and he would like to apologize to everyone in the stream who was watching the interview yesterday. But it was a great interview. Very insinuative, very educational, and very good in regards to Martis Tell, Garnacho, etc. So don't forget to share and watch that interview, guys. A very good interview, I think. And to be honest with you, it's not the only interview I'll be having with some journalists. I've got a number of journalists coming on the show very, very soon, guys. And I'm looking forward to sharing it with you all, of course, guys. Guys, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're new. And also, please don't forget to smash a like on the video. Fam, the 2 feet jumping tackle of Leacher is going to get him in trouble. Yeah, this is his problem, fan. I agree. He needs to stay away from that because one day he's going to connect and one day he's going to get a red card. I'm surprised he hasn't got a few already. Do you know what I mean? Absolutely. Cheers, Sal and Cat. Big up Darren, legend, of course. Big up Randy, of course. Only 10% likes. Come on, guys, hit the likes. Come on, guys, hit the likes. But YouTube has algorithm problems, Randy. So it will come back later. They'll come back later. I've spoken to YouTube already. But it is what it is. And we will get the likes up, of course, guys. Absolutely. Thank you to everyone who's tuning in, though. And thank you, everyone who watches the stream and watched the Ben Jacobs interview yesterday. In this, I've got big plans for this channel, guys. I've got big personnel coming on this channel, and I can't wait. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hi, Sal. I would prefer Turkey than Tell. I would as well. Turkey is an absolute monster. An absolute monster. He's the future, guys. Look at that guy's record, and you tell me otherwise. An absolute brilliant player, and I think Man United should go after Turkey. Would fit Ruben Amorim's system to a T. To a T. Absolutely. But there are other teams interested in him as well. But I think Man United should really explore going after Turkey, guys. Big up everyone. Big up Leeson. Big up everyone who's joined me today. Big up Irfan, the legend. Big up Kenny. Big up Randy. everyone who's joined me today, of course, guys. EC, of course, GK, everyone, Darren, of course, a legend, of course, guys. Uchichi as well, and Wuxan, everyone, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm Sal Warner. This is Stretford Post. And, guys, I'll see you later. Fingers crossed. All being well. Take it easy, guys. Have a great day. It's Friday again. Sunday, Monday, what? Let's go, guys. Bring on Sunday. Bring on Palace. Peace.